lecture at this point where we are trying to add the data, and let me run the application, and then we can come to our local host and it show me the data. So we have added few records, and then now what I want to do, so we have this web application, we are connecting with the database, then we are connect with the database, and then we create a table if it does not exist, and then later on we are inserting some records inside it, and then we are having that get request, which is return me all the results or all the data in that books table, and then we have the index which is sending that request to that specific URL or the route, and then it get back the data, and then it show on the inside the table that we have created here, this table. Now what I want to do, I want to apply some styling on that table row based on the year in which it is published. If it is 3 years older, then we say it is not very old, success. And if it is 8 years, more 5 years, 8 years older, then we can say it is a warning. And if it is more than that, then we can say that is a danger. So we can change the background colors of these rows based on the year in which they are published. Okay, so how we can do that? Any ideas?
If statement.
You make it conditions.
We need to have a put an if condition, yes, but we want to change what? Where we want to change?
The table row.
Table row. Inside the row we need to say class, and that will be equal to what?
We put a function.
For example, if I say table dash success, so what will happen here? It will all become, because we are saying that just, so it means that we need to change this value based on the year that we are going to get. Okay, so let me make another function here, function get style year, and then it will take a year value as an input. If year is greater than or equal to 2021, this is 24, then what will happen? It will return me a value that is called table success. Else, if year value is greater than or equal to what? 8 years back.
Yeah.
So that will be what? 2016. Then return me a table. We need to make sure that we are giving the else. It return me a danger. Now we need to, whatever is being returned by this function, I want to replace it here. So we can say put a dollar sign and this one, and then now I can call that function get style year, and then we can provide the value, and that value is actually the year, data id dot year. And this is the beauty of this, instead of single quote and double quotes, because we can even write down the JavaScript code within our string. So now if I just save it and then refresh my page, based on the year we are getting the, is it clear?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Why did we use the dollar sign? Why didn't we just call the function?
Because this is a, what you can say that this tick sign, first of all we can write the strings more like that. It is a string, it generates a string for us. But if we want to write a JavaScript code inside, then we need to put a dollar sign and the curly brackets. So whatever, if we are writing something here like this, it means that here we can write inside this place, we can write our Java code.
Okay.
So that's why this is our, what you can say, that escape sequence, or it's a way that how we can write the JavaScript within our string. So that's why we have a dollar sign and the curly brackets.
So with the HTML, we don't do the dollar sign, we just call the function. But here, because we're inside the JavaScript, we have to.
No, in the HTML, what?
If we call the function in the HTML.
No, first of all, we are just, it is a string variable.
Yes.
Okay, and when it is a string variable, then we something, we are putting. So understand, this is not, we are writing a code and we are generating a string. So what will happen if you want to call, if I don't put that one, for example, here, I don't put that one, then what will happen? Why? Because it consider that this is the value that I want to put assigned to class, and this is something which it could not understand. It does not associate any kind of a class. So even if you inspect your see the no, not this one, I need to see the dev tools elements, and here inside our table, if I just try to open up, and then for the row, okay, this is a title row. So look, it's a class is equal to this, exactly the string that we have put it over there,
Oh, so
because it consider it is a string, so I just put it over there.
Okay.
And we want it to be execute. We want that this is considered as a JavaScript code. Then we need to make sure that we are, first of all, that we are putting the curly brackets, and before that we are putting a dollar sign. So now it will be considered as a JavaScript code. And now if you look at our here, it is showing me all these strings values, get style and blah blah blah. Now if I just refresh it, it will give me the table success, table danger, table warning, so the things that has been returned by that function. Clear? So now we want to implement a new thing, that is what? A post request, adding a new data inside it. So first thing is, let me add that dot post. I want to add a post, and then slash data slash books, and then we say function which take a request and the response object, and we are going to handle that one. So now what I need to do, I want to insert something inside our database. Yes. So what I need to do, I need to get there will be a body which is contain the informations about that thing. So we can say that constant, and then we say book is equal to an object which has the ID. We don't need to provide the ID. Why? Because it is an auto generated by the system, because we have defined it the way it is. So we don't need to provide, but we need to provide the title. We need to provide the author. I'm just writing all the, then we have the what we have, author, year, and then we have the ISBN. But from where the values are going to come in, it will be request dot body dot title, request dot body dot author, request dot body dot what, year,
Here plus MySql.
and then request dot body dot ISBN. So now we have just read the data from our HTTP request body and create a book variable. But we need to insert it inside our database. So what do we need to do? I say that
Yes,
let
yeah.
SQL query, SQL query is equal to what?
Insert input.
I can also put something like this, because in this way I can write that, the variables and blah blah things directly inside.
Yeah.
So why say that? Insert into books.
Values.
No,
Yeah.
first of all we need to give the
Yeah.
title,
Author.
author,
year and I.
year and ISBN, and then we can say values. And now because we are using that, this tick sign, what I can do, I can simply say dollar, and then I can put book dot title, that first value. And the other thing that is very important here, that book is a string.
Yes.
Okay, so let me see, if we need to, and then we can just copy this part here, and then we can say that book dot author, then we can say that book dot year, and then we can say that book dot ISBN. Okay, we can also make something like this. We are inserting into the disk, and then we are providing these values based on that. And now what we need to do, db dot query, and then we say SQL query, and then we can simply say that what we can say a function. Some people are not comfortable with that lambda notation or arrow function, so we can just say that we have error, we have results, and if there's an error, then just throw the error. We are not in, yes, it is trying to import that E part. I don't want to do that. Okay, where is our, yep, here. Now what I want to do, so if it is successfully done, then I want to send back a message. Okay, so first of all, let me see console.log what error, what results is coming, and that will be coming down here in this, so that how we are going to handle, sometime we know that what's happening, actually it is going to return me some object, and which contains some affected rows, something like that. So what it is, if we don't know, okay, no problem, we can just console it and see what's happening, and then accordingly we can handle that thing on the client side again. And if I want to put something here, I want to make a few changes in that, right on the top of the table, I say div, and then I say that class container. If I just do that, and then I say bg what primary, we are already used, so I don't want to use that one, a little bit different. And then I put something here, a row, and inside the row we are changing them into the column. No, yeah, so we say again I div, and then we say class row, and then inside I again have a div, and then I say class column dash 4, or maybe I say 3, and inside I am putting an a tag href. I will create that class, that add book dot html. Okay, and then here say add a new book. Is it clear? So when I just refresh my page here, so we get things here, but what is that? I say class, yes, okay, that color is also becoming the, you know so okay, so let me change to light. refresh it. Now we have that one, and I also want to put some margin, so we say empty dash 5 top. I also want to put something on the bottom, MB dash 5. Yes, so we get something. Maybe we can try to remove those things to 2, not much of the space, so we have something. So now I have added, of course when I do that, what happened? Because this route does not exist yet, because we have not created that file and we have not served it to the client. So I see a problem here. It give me, whenever there is something which is does not exist, it give me something like I can't get this thing. I want a generic response out of it from my application. So what I can do, I can come into my application, that's book apps.js, right before this, where I am. If I just write that in the beginning, where I'm just, I can also say that why not we put that here, app.use. When I say app.use, and then it is using the function which is going to take the request and response, and send me something like response dot send, and then I say that send requested resource does not exist. Okay, so we are trying to request something, and then we can also say response dot status 404, that does not exist, missing resources. So if I just do that, now what will happen? Refresh. This resource is something index.html, but where is my table gone? Even if I just try to go something here, slash data slash books, request resource does not exist. Normally what happen when I make that request, it give me the all the data which is coming from my books table. But what happened here, actually every request instead that index 1, it is going to into this fold, this function.
How does it know to go there?
Because this is right on the top. If you write 2 same requests, and the first one will be executed, so every HTTP request is going here, and that's why we need to put it at the end. Now if I do that, it will give me the data. Okay, do you understand? So now if I do that, yeah, again I send the request here. I send the request inside our index.html, like this one. In this one I send the request slash data slash books, and that was handled by the by this method when it was above, right in the beginning, and it sent me something like that. And because it does not exist in my data, so that's why it does not show me my table as well, because we are receiving the results back and we are processing them, putting them into the table. So that is one thing. Again, we also have another thing, app.use, but here I write a function with error. And how my system can differentiate between this and this, because here it is a request and here it is something, some error has happened. Okay, so now I say res status is equal to 500, there is some server error, and then we can just write that function something like this, that there is some error in the server. Of course we don't want to give the details to the clients or the users, but we can just send them if there's some error happen, rather than I give them the complete stack what is happening inside my server. I don't want to do that. So every error is going to handle by this function and return something, and every HTTP request which is not mentioned, which has not been routed above there, that will be handled by this thing. So now if I just click on this thing, it said that requested response, resource doesn't exist yet. Of course, when we do that, we will come back here. I don't want to save it. Okay. So we have this one. So let's come down here and create a new file here, and then we want to make it add book.html. Yeah, this is what we have written down here. Add book.html. Okay.
Did you change the color of the table?
Sorry.
Did you change the color of the table?
Yes, I changed the color. You were late in the class, so I just did something here.
Down.
Inside the tr, I say class, and then I execute this method based on the year. If the year is greater than equal to 21, then change the style to the table success. If it is greater than equal to 2016, 18 years old, 8 years old, then warning, and then if it is more than 8 years old book, then danger. So based on that, we get these colors.
Okay, for blue.
Yep. In the actually I call this function for each row based on the year. We are changing its style, so we are applying different styles on it.
Identify the class and then do a function. Identify class. So we do it for blue. So
For loop is for the data,
yeah.
and then inside the tr, this tag, we are saying that we are going to call this function, give the year value, and it will return me a style for that row. Okay, and row is the decision is coming from here in this function. So that's why we change the colors. Okay, now we are trying to implement a post request on the book data/books, and then it will return me something, but right now we are just trying to print something on the console. Okay, now again shift 1. I will just try to copy a few things from here. We need to link with the, so that we have these access. Then I also try to make it a book DB service, our title, and then inside I just do that this one, and then I'll say add a book. Now what I need to do,
Create a form.
we need to create a form. Okay, so we say form, then we have a label for title.
Class for label.
And then we say book title, and then we can say that input id equal to what, b title, and name title, and what is this, what else, do you remember?
Title, author, year.
No, what, is it okay? Let's see, we get something here. Well, what I want to put this here. I want to put some padding, style, or maybe I can use the class p left -2, and then pt-2. See what's happened here. It is taking the, but not on the left side. It's making some padding, but not on the.
Why let's put style? Style.
When I put style and then I say padding, then I say 20 pixels, and I save it. Look, it puts some padding over there, then I can just try to remove it. Okay, we will see that. I mean, that's something. Okay, we have this thing. Now I want to put this specific form inside a div, and then I also want to put a style on this div, that is a padding, and that is 30 pixels, and then put that form inside it. Is it clear? When I refresh it, now we have a book title. What else? Copy this thing, put that thing here for author, and here I say that author, and then here I say author. Then we can put the next one. What is that? Year. Then we can say that ISBN. Is it clear? And then we can put a one more thing, not label required, so we can say that, or we can put a button here, button type submit, and here we can say that what?
Submit.
Hmm?
Submit or add book.
Add book. Again, we need to change these values, so we say here, we say book title, we say book authors, here we say year, and here we say ISBN. Clear? So we have these fields, and remember, by default they are going to be string values. It is our responsibility to convert that into these number value or something, and then based on that we can convert that. These string, this is a string, but this is a string, but this is not a string here. Okay, so let's add a new thing. Of course, when we want to add, so what we want to do, we want to make a action, not accept, action, and say slash data slash books, and then we say method post. So when we submit this form, it will automatically generate that HTTP request and add these values inside the body: title, name, author, year, and ISBN. That's why we have this name. Okay. If we do, sorry.
How can it be added? Because you use the B title, B author, B year, and define the ID.
No, this is the ID that we have defined. This is nothing to do with anything. If we want to apply a certain style on it, then we can write our styling and blah blah things based on the ID, but it is nothing to do with the adding something on the server side.
So how did you connect, if I added the title, how did you connect the title form to the title value SQL?
Look, this form, what it will do, it will generate a, based on this action, it will generate an HTTP post request on this route, and that will be delivered to the server. And what it will do automatically, that form, that it will take the value of this input field, you know, it will generate something like the title colon, and whatever that we have inserted inside this title input field, that will create a value, key value pair. The name will become its key, the value that we have entered inside the input field, that will become its value, and that will be added inside the body of the HTTP request and sent to the server. This submit button will do all of this. And now on the server side, we will receive these things, and then we will need to make sure that what we are doing here. So where is our server side? This one, you know. So what we are doing here, whatever the title is coming, author is coming, year is coming, putting over there. But what is that? So that is okay, string. That is okay, string. But this is not okay. So what I need to do? Because if I just try to run it, it will, when we try to insert these things inside the SQL query, it will give me an error message. You know, the type mismatch between the field inside the database and the thing that you are sending me. So what I need to do? Parse int and give me the value, so it will convert that into the number, and then it will,
Even the SVN.
sorry,
Even the SVN.
sorry,
Even the SVN should be in SVN.
ISBN is not a number, we put it as a string. Look here, the structure. ISBN is a string, not a number. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. So now we are all set. So we get the value from the body, title, author, and the year, because year converted into the integer value, and then ISBN. Now we can insert the things inside our database, and now we are, what you can say, that printing that result inside. So I give the value what we should give. Any data structures? Author is Al-Badr. Year is 2023, and ISBN is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4. So now it is 13 characters. Add the book. So what happened here on the server side? Anything? What? It has refresh, it send the request. Look at that. Now we can see that there is something happening in the background. So it put that data over there. Now where is my,
It's in the URL.
so we are saying post request. No, it is a post request. So when it refresh, it's showing me the data, but we can, that's the default behavior of the form, refresh the data. And but where is my console log? Say post data slash books, data slash books.
Can we try refreshing the table?
Sorry,
Can we try refreshing the table?
I mean, we can go back here and refresh. No, it's not coming because we have inserted the records, you know. Okay, it is showing me the data. Okay, let me, okay, where is my get request? I don't want to console this results, just send back. Okay, and here, so why it is putting that one over there? So we click on that, then we can simply, we are adding the action slash data slash books, method is post, and then we are putting these things author here. So let me, data structures, author is Al-Badr, year is 2023, ISBN this, add the book. It is trying to go into, okay, now we have something here. So it says that you have an error in the SQL check that manual that correspond to the MariaDB server. Okay, it says that values data structures insert into, and where is the rethrow non-SQL error, table created, parser, structures. version, right click on that one. So actually we are getting this one. So what is the problem here? You know, the problem is that when you are inserting this value, title and the author and the ISBN should be considered as the string. So we need to make sure put the single quotes around that. This book value is a number, so we don't need to put that one, but for the ISBN we also need to do that. Is it clear?
Doctor, didn't you convert them?
They are the string actually, they are the string values, but this is the requirement when we are inserting into the book something like that, then we need to putting a single quote around these string values. They are strings but it is like that.
Because
So
convert it into
yeah, so now if I just add it again, what happened now? Look, it say that it has been added and it print me console with the results, and look at that, here we have the changed rows is equal to 0,
affected rows on.
affected rows are 1. So we have rows are not changing, they are affected rows, they are added 1. So it means that if I just send back the, what you can say, that res dot send, and then I say here, I will just try to copy the things from here so that I can write the correct number, and then I say that results dot affected row. Okay, results dot affected row. So what it will do, it will send back the number of affected rows to the back to the our server. So now if I just go back here and then refresh, it will add, it has added that book. Now how I can handle that, you know, the results which is coming back?
Fetch.
So now there are different ways. Either you can simply say that okay, don't send anything, and here we say redirect. Where is we want to redirect? Let me check. Redirecting the redirecting in Express. So res dot redirect. Okay, so we say res dot redirect, and then where we want to redirect, we want to redirect to this one, to the home. Okay, so let's come back here, add a new book. So we say that what, which course? Ethics. Anmar is teaching that course. I will put something like 2020 so that it show me a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and then I put 1 3 4 5, just to make sure that they are not repeating itself, you know. Add a book, look, automatically it add the book and redirect me to that one. If you want to show a message, yes, there's a chance, but okay, let's stick to that one. So we are successfully added our data inside our from our form, but there is no form.
No, the problem we faced before. There is no admin before. You solve the problem because
Solve the problem. Look here, I did not put the single quotes here around these values, so they are not considered. So that is something which is we need to consider whenever we are writing the SQL query and we are putting the string values, they should be enclosed inside a single quotes, and that was the problem. SQL error happened. It was this one, you know, this error. So when we are putting thing values, data structures, but there is no single quotes around that, and that's why it is not considering as a string.
Yeah.
So we need to put that single quotes over there.
Because the string in the SQL is
Yeah,
single quote.
it is expecting string value here, string value here, number value here, string value here. So this is a number, okay, that's fine. But here they are actually the type of these values are string inside our as a variable, but inside the query we need to enclose with these single quotes.
We can
Is it
put
clear? So that was the error, and now it is working. Again, we don't need to console these things here inside our, because we are redirecting to the main page.
And when you add redirect, so when I when I put the ad hoc, it will
It will automatically make to the
table
to the index page or to the root route. Okay,
if
is it clear?
Yes.
if you put the button on click submitted successfully, it will redirect after the
No.
press OK.
Oh, nice question.
This is a submit button. So when you submit it,
No, no.
it is.
You mean when I put on click here an alert?
Look, if you want to handle that thing by yourself, for example, you on click. First of all, let me say on click. For example, add book. So again, I need to come down here. I need to write a script, and then need to write a function which is going to get add book, and here I need to say fetch slash data slash books. Again, I need to put here method post body, and then here I need to put a title and need to get the value from here. So I need to write that whole function, and then you can receive it back some response from the client side, from the server side, and then show a message and then redirect to the home page. Again, yes, it is a possibility.
We can do it.
Yes, we can.
No, we can't do the on click and put alert in the same.
Then of course we need to remove that thing, that we are not submitting the form through the form, but we are handling that click event.
It will be associated to alert.
And the other thing is, if that is the case, then again you don't even need to enclose that whole form, that input fields in the form as well, because form is something which is automatically refresh itself after the submission.
So when
So it will generate another layer. So again, it depends how you're going to handle. We are saying that we have a form, we have simple submit buttons, so we can just use that and send the data to the client. But this we cannot do it with the put request. In the form, post and get are okay, but put request, delete request we cannot handle in the form. Is it clear? And of course we need to remove that one. So now what I need to do, I want to update something or see a book. If I want to see a book, I want to write something like this: app.get, and then I say slash data. First of all, I am writing that how our server is going to respond to that request. Okay, so I say data slash books slash, and I say ID, and then I say function which take a request and response object. And so now we have what you can say, that let ID is equal to what, request dot params dot ID. We need to get that ID out of this parameters list, and now we can search, like this one, select static from the book, but now I need to say where ID is equal to what.
Requested times or IDs.
So first of all, I need to convert that into the text, so that I can use the variable. So that is single quotes. I can't use that. So I just put this one. So now I can just simply say dollar and then I can just say that ID, that variable name. So ID is equal to this, send, return me that specific. We can check, for example, I say db dot query, and then we can simply send the SQL query, and then we can function error and results, and then we can simply say that if there's an error, throw error, else
Return
Return the results.
return the, oh, not return, it is a response dot send results, response dot send results. Okay, and I just want to, okay, yep, we can get that one. So if I just come back here, I just put that one slash data slash book slash 3. Look, I am getting back the data. Yes, I am getting back the data. Now I need to handle something here so that I can add a new link here. So I go into the index file, put one more column here, and then here I say that cbook.html,
And you should put
and then here I create that
zero.
new file, cbook.html. Okay, and now I just put that one, come back here, uh, I just copy these so that we can use that styles, and then I just use that, where is that, the title, book db service as a title of the page. Here again I come back here, put that one here, then I say h2 c book record, and now what I need to do,
we put them.
I need to have a div, I say class container dash fluid, so it will automatically, first of all, yes, we have done that. So I say see a book, when I refresh it, so I have this see a book. When I do that, it is coming to me on this one. Okay, db manipulation success here, and then I am trying to put something here, and what is that? I want to put a label for what? Label for
The
ID, and then I can put enter ID, book ID, and then here I put a input field ID, BID, and then name, ID, and put that one, and then we say put a BR, and then here I put a button. What I button? On click. I want to handle get book record. Even I think I can just write this one and it will call that function, and then here say get book record, refresh it, we can get that one. So now I can also type, here I say put a type equal to number. When I do that and refresh it, yeah, now look, I can go to negative as well, but yeah, that changed the way it is going to accept the. So if I just do that, and now when I click on that one, it is not doing anything, reason that we didn't put the function yet. So I say script,
The
I say,
ID is wrong.
sorry,
The type number and the digit
type number, or this is the ID. Yep. Function, I say get book record, and we are here. Now we say fetch. What do we want to fetch? We want to fetch data slash books, and we need to add what? Again, if we use the this sign, sorry, okay, this sign, then I can simply write things. But before we can do that, I need to say let id is equal to what? Document dot get element by id, and what is the id here? Here, this one, bid. So I say that bid and dot value, whatever the value is given over there, get that one. And then we want to convert that into the number. We don't need to. Okay, so now here I can just simply say slash data slash books slash, and then I can just simply put a dollar sign and say id. That is the tick. Otherwise, if it's a single quote, I say single quote plus id, so it will combine them together and so on. So here I can write only one thing, then dot, then what? res arrow res dot json dot then, and then I say data. Here we can handle the data, but do we have anything here where we are going to put the data? There's nothing. So what I can do, I can say it is a div, and I say class container fluid, and then I also put an id here, book data, and close it. Is it clear? Now I can generate a string based on the data that is coming from the data, and that data is actually what? If I just again come back here and see data slash books slash 3, enter. So what it is, it return me an array, and inside the array we have this data. So we can simply say that HTML string is equal to, I am putting h2, okay, and then I say class equal to, okay, well, I need to put that into a single quote, okay, class equal to what? Class is equal to, I say text primary, just changing the color of that one, okay, h2, and then I put what? Book record, and then of course I need to put that h2 back, and now I can simply say that html string plus equal to what? Now I am, instead of using this single quote, I am putting this thing, tick, and in the tick what I need to do, I say that h2 book id and then here I say dollar, and then I say data sub 0 dot id, and then of course I need to put the h2 tag here, close it. Now I just, for the title, author, and year and ISBN, so here I say that title, here I say author, here I say year, and here I say ISBN, and then of course I need to book title, authors or author, and then we have a year, then we have a SBN. And once it is done, now we have created that HTML string. Okay, now we want to put that inside this here in this div. Okay, so what I need to do, document dot get element by ID, and then I say that what is the ID here, book. I need to put that into the double quotes or the single quotes, book data dot inner HTML is equal to HTML string. Now we get this request and all that, and then we put that over here. So let me go back here. So I just put 2, get the record, not doing anything, or let me refresh it, put that 2 here, nothing happening. So okay, let me finish. Next class timings coming in, we will see that what's happening, what the problem next week. Okay, thank you.